Hey guys, so today I was thinking about doing a video of my own weight loss journey because it is still a journey. I am nowhere near where I want to be. I know I'm going to get there one day, but not today, of course. I just thought I was going to turn on the camera here, be completely open and honest with everyone. I'm not condoning for whatever I've done. I'm not saying that it was a good thing. I'm definitely not saying that it was a good thing because it wasn't a good thing. None of it was. Whenever I do have pictures, I will insert them around the video, here and there, wherever. But anyway, let's get on to the video. I decided that for you all to realize where I'm coming from on my own weight loss journey, that I would reach more into a backstory as to where I've come from. Growing up, I wasn't really a chubby kid, but I wasn't exactly a skinny kid either. I was healthy. Not like anybody really could tell. My whole family ate healthy. My mom would always cook us dinner and cook us meals. I was also homeschooled, so I was at home all the time. I didn't have a PE class growing up. I never was a picky eater, like ever. I think for a few things I was kind of picky on, like Brussels sprouts. Don't even get me started on Brussels sprouts. I love them now. My whole family on my mother's side, we're bigger. I never noticed that. We would go on bike rides when I was a kid. We would go on walks. The whole family, we would really be active. But pretty much all of that did come to a halt when I was about 10. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer. After the surgery, she was put on steroids and she was constantly going through chemo and radiation. So we were really never at the house. People would make us food and give it to us, and we would constantly go out to eat. It was easy foods. With my mother on steroids, she ate all the time, and of course none of it was her fault. It was the medication. She couldn't help it. The mentality I had was then, well, if she's eating, then I can eat. As a 10-year-old, you never really know what to do in your head. Then a little while after my mom had surgery, my dad lost his job. We didn't have any income. We were living on food stamps. We were going to the food bank to get boxes of food. None of it was healthy. After a while, then my dad got a job again, and then he just made too much for us to actually be able to get food stamps. And then in 2014, which is really when this started, was really when I decided I wanted to lose weight, was when I got a job. I got my first job at 14 years old. I wanted to be able to do things, go places, and that meant that I had to have money. So you kind of need a job. I was working in a hometown mom and pop restaurant as a waitress, as I could order food and I'd only pay half price for it. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I'd take it out of my tips at the end of the day. That carried on for about a year of me eating more fast food. On New Year's, what kicked me in the butt, my aunt, she found out she had a thyroid problem and she had to cut out gluten, and she was insanely better. And I knew that I was so bloated, I felt awful, I was breaking out constantly, I felt heavy. And so I decided that on January 1st, I was cutting out gluten completely, absolutely nothing. And after a while being gluten-free, I tried to incorporate gluten back into my diet. But then as soon as I ate a piece of bread, I broke out the next day. I was bloated, I hurt, and I'm like, I can't eat this. I had it out of my diet for quite a while, and it wasn't going to take it back. And after a few months being gluten-free, I decided I wanted to go vegetarian. It's probably where I hit a lot more towards my body dysmorphia. The weight didn't come off fast because, I mean, you're vegetarian, but you can still eat junk. And I found my way around the healthy foods. I would normally choose the vegan meats and stuff like that. So, and they're so processed, and I never really liked milk, honestly. I still don't like milk. I do like cheese, and I like cream cheese, and I like ice cream, and I like frozen yogurt. Oh, don't even get me started on frozen yogurt. It's my favorite thing. After I went vegetarian for a while, and that stuck with me until I was up until about a year ago, I stuck really well with the vegetarian diet, except that I was following a lot of fad diets, the drink this every night and you'll lose this much weight in a few days. I also started to take weight loss pills, quick fixes. I noticed stuff was happening. Because I saw the weight coming off, I wanted more weight to come off. People around me were telling me, but Kaylee, you're healthy. And I looked at girls my age and they were so thin, and I wanted to be like them. I've never been skinny, ever. I felt fat. I felt huge. I felt like this big balloon next to all of my friends. I saw this huge bloated bubble, and I just wanted to get skinnier. I wanted to get skinnier. I decided to take things a little bit of a step further, and my only meals were a few crackers or a few vegetables and fruit in the day. I was pretty much starving myself. I took up running. I would run every other day, but I would walk pretty much every day. I would try to get my parents out with me and walk, my sisters out with me and walk. I wasn't eating enough. I think I weighed about 103. And now understand, I am 5'2". My heaviest weight was about 170, and my thinnest was 103. And this took not exactly a year to get to, because in that 1 year I dropped weight and people were noticing. My pants were hanging off of me, my shirts were hanging off of me. I was down to a size 3 pant, but I didn't stop running. I didn't stop eating like that, not until my parents wanted to take me to the doctor because I wasn't eating anything. And they were concerned that I was really hurting myself. I felt like I couldn't eat anything, that it wasn't digesting. And I'm like, now I say, girl, of course you weren't digesting anything. Your body wasn't even used to it. You starved it for so long, so how can it digest your food? And I tell that myself now versus then, because I have hindsight. I know what had happened, and I know better now how to avoid that. And at 18 years old, I moved out. I moved to Evansville, Indiana with my sister, and I still wasn't eating. I had complete control over what I ate, and it was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Maybe a spoon of peanut butter here. Some days from work, I was still working in the restaurant business. Still not eating. I then, in this switch from when I moved out to a few months later, I had started dating my now husband. We were dating, and I think because of having him, I did start to eat a little more. I did notice a few pounds get put back on. At 19, just after my birthday, January 18th, 2018, Zane and I, we got married, and we went out over the road. We went trucking, and I got to go with him for the first month. And we've just been married just over a year, almost a year and a half, and I'm 20 now, and I feel like I have more of a grasp on my body. I'm gonna get to my problems, but I don't feel like it's as strong as it was back in like 2016, 2017. That was my main year where I had a problem. So now we're gonna talk about my problems, because I got lots of them. So I think in about 2016 was when I started to develop a pretty severe body dysmorphia. That was really when I was at my thinnest, at the 103 pounds. I still felt like I had to lose more weight. One point I weighed myself and I was 113 pounds. I was crushed. I don't think I ate for a week. I felt fat. I hate the scale. I would try my hardest not to go on the scale. My parents would tell me, Kaylee, just don't go on the scale. You're gonna feel better if you just don't know your weight. I should have listened to them then. My body was eating itself. Of course, with knowing a little to nothing of nutrition, other than what I read on the internet, I was destroying my body. I was living on caffeine and crackers. I still struggle with it. It never has ceased. It's still that bad sometimes. My weight is technically around 131. And honestly, I feel healthy. I have energy. I'm not hurting my body anymore. I like my bones, I feel stronger. I mean, look at that. I feel stronger because I am stronger. But I do still struggle with, if I see that scale, if I see that number, I will feel like starving. Or on the complete other spectrum, if I let myself eat a little bit of frozen yogurt, because we all know that's my favorite thing in the world. That obviously I've shattered my whole diet and I just binge. I just eat what I want. I did not want to work out in front of anybody. I wanted to stay in my home, in my room. Nobody could watch me. I could do as many workouts as I wanted to. And then Zane and I got married. We just moved into our house 2 months ago. We moved in February 7th. And about 2 months ago, something like that, not exactly 2 months ago, we got our membership to Planet Fitness because I wanted to work out. I felt like a piece of garbage and I needed something to do while he was gone. We got the memberships. I texted him and I told him I needed to go by myself first, or else I was not going to go. I feel like I've overcome the anxiety of working out at the gym a bit. I still don't like grocery shopping in public and stuff like that. I mean, you do it. Things, you gotta do it. You gotta go shopping. You gotta go get stuff. But that doesn't mean that I feel super comfortable doing it. I realized, as I said, this is a journey. I'm not done. It's not over yet. I still have a long way to go. That's one thing. I've never seen a bicep on me before. But look at that. I mean, still got a little flabby stuff under here, but you know, it's nice. And I feel good. I feel confident walking into the gym now. Saying that I weigh 131 pounds right now, I don't feel shattered. I do want to lose a few more pounds in fat because I want to take my body fat percentage down. I don't actually even know my body fat percentage. But after I think I get that body fat percentage down a bit to an easily maintainable area, and I'm really wanting to build up muscle. I just feel like I'm rambling now for the rest of the video, and I don't want to keep rambling, and I don't want to keep you guys too long. It's still a journey. It's still a process. I'm not gonna give up. I really hope I get your all support for this and through my journey, and I really hope you guys stick with me. And yeah, that's it. Go ahead and like this video, and if you could, please subscribe to my channel, and I'm definitely going to be getting out more workout videos and hopefully a lot more content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later in the next video.